Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Blueprint Astrology. I'm Sino, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an astrological update. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most intense and transformative transits of this season, Mercury entering Scorpio on October 6th, 2025. And when I say deep, I mean deep, because Scorpio doesn't do anything halfway. Mercury, the planet of communication, thinking, and mental processes, is about to plunge into the mysterious, probing waters of Scorpio. This is a transit that strips away superficiality and demands that we get real, get honest, and get to the absolute core of matters. Over the next few weeks, conversations will carry more weight. Thoughts will penetrate deeper, and secrets that have been hidden may finally come to light. This is not the time for small talk or surface level connections. Scorpio wants truth, transformation, and authenticity. In this video, we'll explore how Mercury in Scorpio will affect each of the 12 zodiac signs. Whether you're an Aries ready to investigate your financial mysteries or a Pisces experiencing profound creative downloads, this transit has something powerful in store for you. So settle in and let's explore what Mercury in Scorpio means for your sign. Hey Aries! Mercury is moving through your 8th house, the zone of shared resources, intimacy, transformation, and other people's money. Aries, this transit is pulling you beneath the surface of your financial partnerships and intimate connections. You might find yourself having intense conversations about joint finances, investments, inheritances, or debts. This is an excellent time to investigate financial matters that you've been avoiding. Maybe you need to have that talk with your business partner about revenue splits, or perhaps it's time to finally understand what's in that retirement account. The 8th house also governs psychological depth and transformation. You might find yourself drawn to therapeutic conversations, psychology, or occult subjects. Your mind is craving substance right now, not superficiality. In your intimate relationships, communication takes on a more penetrating quality. You want to know what your partner is really thinking and feeling, not just what they're willing to say on the surface. Be mindful of the intensity you're bringing to conversations. Scorpio energy can sometimes come across as interrogation rather than genuine curiosity. This is also a powerful time for research and investigation of any kind. If you've been trying to solve a mystery or get to the bottom of something, Mercury in Scorpio gives you the mental persistence to dig until you find answers. Hey Taurus! Mercury is entering your 7th house of partnerships, marriage, and one-on-one relationships. This transit is all about the mental connection you share with others, particularly your closest partnerships. Communication in your relationships becomes more intense and meaningful during this period. You're not interested in keeping things light and breezy. You want to discuss the real issues, the underlying dynamics, and the spoken truth that exists between you and your partner. This can be an incredibly healing time for relationships if you approach it with honesty and vulnerability. Those deep conversations you've been avoiding, now is the time to have them. Mercury in Scorpio gives you the courage to speak about topics that usually feel too intense or uncomfortable. However, be aware that Scorpio's energy can sometimes manifest as suspicion or jealousy. If you find yourself reading into every word your partner says or looking for hidden meanings, take a step back. Not everything is as deep as Scorpio wants it to be. For those who are single, you might attract potential partners who are deep, mysterious, or intensely intellectual. Superficial connections won't satisfy you right now. You're drawn to people who can match your psychological depth. This is also a significant time for business partnerships. If you're negotiating contracts or discussing the terms of a collaboration, You'll have exceptional insight into the other person's motivations and intentions. Trust your instincts. In legal matters, Mercury in your seventh house can bring important communications or decisions. If you're involved in any legal proceedings, you may receive significant news or have important discussions with lawyers or mediators. Hey, Gemini. Gemini, your ruling planet Mercury is transiting through your sixth house of daily routines, health, and work environment. This is a particularly powerful transit for you because Mercury is your planetary ruler, so you'll feel this shift more intensely than most signs. Your mind is focused on improvement, refinement, and getting to the root causes of problems. In your work environment, you might find yourself identifying inefficiencies or issues that others have overlooked. You have an investigative eye for detail right now, and you're not satisfied with surface explanations. This is an excellent time to analyze your daily habits and routines. What's working? What's sabotaging your progress? Mercury and Scorpio helps you identify patterns that have been operating beneath your conscious awareness. You might realize that certain habits are connected to deeper emotional needs or fears. Health wise, this transit can bring important insights about mind body connections. If you've been dealing with mysterious symptoms or chronic issues, this is a powerful time to dig deeper. You might be drawn to alternative healing modalities, psychological approaches to health, or practitioners who look at root causes rather than just treating symptoms. In the workplace, communication may become more intense. Co-workers might share confidential information, or you could find yourself in the middle of office politics. Try to maintain professional boundaries while still being authentic. This is also an excellent time to learn new skills related to your work, particularly those involving research, investigation, or anything requiring deep concentration. Your mental focus is exceptional right now. Hey, Cancer. So, Cancer, Mercury is lighting up your fifth house of creativity, romance, pleasure, and self expression. This is one of the most enjoyable placements for Mercury and Scorpio because it brings psychological depth to your creative and romantic life. Your creative expression becomes more intense and meaningful during this transit. If you're an artist, writer, or involved in any creative pursuits, you'll find that your work takes on a deeper, more transformative quality. You're not interested in creating anything superficial right now. You want your art to mean something, to touch people's souls, to reveal hidden truths. This is an excellent time for any creative project that involves research, mystery, psychology, or transformation. Think writing that explores the shadow side of human nature, art that reveals hidden emotions, or music that captures intense feelings. In romance, conversations become more passionate and revealing. If you're in a relationship, you might find yourself sharing secrets, discussing your deeper desires, or exploring the psychological dimensions of your connection. Single cancers might be attracted to mysterious, intense individuals who stimulate their mind as well as their heart. The fifth house also rules children, and if you're a parent, you might have important, deep conversations with your kids during this time. They may open up about things they haven't shared before, or you might gain more insights into their emotional world. This transit also enhances your ability to engage in strategic thinking around pleasure and recreation. You might become more interested in games that require psychological strategy, or you could find yourself analyzing what truly brings you joy versus what you do out of habit or obligation. Hey, Leo. Leo, Mercury is moving through your fourth house of home, roots, family, and emotional foundations. This is a deeply introspective transit for you, pulling your mental energy inward and toward your private life. Your mind is focused on family matters, particularly those that involve secrets, hidden dynamics, or unresolved issues. You might find yourself having significant conversations with family members about topics that have been avoided in the past. Old family secrets could come to light, or you might gain new understanding about your family history. This is an excellent time for any kind of therapeutic work or family healing. If there are long-standing patterns or issues in your family system, Mercury in Scorpio gives you the mental clarity to see them and the courage to address them. You might also feel drawn to research your ancestry, genealogy, or family history. Scorpio loves uncovering hidden information, and the fourth house is all about roots and heritage. This combination can lead to fascinating discoveries about where you come from. Your home environment becomes a focus for mental energy. You might be thinking deeply about whether your living situation truly supports your emotional needs. Some Leos will make significant decisions about moving, renovating, or changing their living arrangements during this time. The fourth house also represents your inner emotional world and sense of security. You're processing deep feelings during this transit, and you might need more privacy and solitude than usual. Don't be surprised if you're less interested in socializing and more interested in staying home and introspecting. Real estate matters may also come into focus. If you're buying, selling, or dealing with property issues, important information or communications could arise during this transit. Hey, Virgo. Virgo, Mercury, your ruling planet, is transiting through your third house of communication, learning, and your immediate environment. Like Gemini, you'll feel this transit more strongly because Mercury rules your sign. Your already analytical mind becomes more penetrating during this period. You're not satisfied with surface information. You want to understand the why behind everything, the hidden motivations, the deep patterns. This makes you an exceptional researcher, investigator, or analyst right now. Communication takes on a more intense quality. Your words carry weight, and you're able to see through superficial explanations to the truth beneath. Others might find your directness challenging, but you're simply not interested in dancing around issues anymore. This is an excellent time for any kind of study or learning, particularly subjects that involve depth, complexity, or mystery. Psychology, research methods, investigative journalism, occult studies, or anything requiring deep concentration will fascinate you right now. Your neighborhood and daily environments become a focus for your perceptive abilities. You might notice dynamics or patterns in your local community that you hadn't been aware of before. Conversations with neighbors or siblings could become more meaningful or reveal surprising information. Writing and all forms of communication are powerfully enhanced during this transit. If you've been working on a writing project, you'll find that your words have exceptional depth and impact. This is particularly good for writing about difficult topics, conducting interviews, or any communication that requires getting to the truth of matters. Be mindful of the tendency to overthink or become obsessive about certain topics. Scorpio's intensity combined with your analytical nature can sometimes lead to mental loops. Make sure you're giving your mind breaks and not getting stuck in unproductive thought patterns. Hey Libra. Libra, Mercury is moving through your second house of money, possessions, values, and self-worth. This transit brings your mental focus to financial matters and what you truly value in life. You're thinking deeply about your relationship with money during this period. Mercury in Scorpio doesn't allow for superficial financial planning. You want to understand the deeper psychological patterns that influence your spending, saving, and earning behaviors. This is an excellent time to investigate your finances thoroughly. Review your bank statements, track your spending patterns, analyze your investments, or work with a financial advisor to create a comprehensive plan. You have the mental clarity and determination to tackle financial issues that you might normally avoid. The second house also governs self worth, and Mercury can bring important insights about how your sense of value is connected to your financial situation. You might realize that certain spending habits are really about trying to prove your worth or fill an emotional void. In practical terms, this can be a good time for financial negotiations, particularly around salary, freelance rates, or the value of your services. You're able to clearly articulate your worth and see through any attempts at manipulation or undervaluing your contributions. You might also become interested in understanding the psychology of money, investigating passive income streams, or exploring the deeper meaning of abundance and security in your life. Resource management is highlighted. You could discover ways to make better use of what you already have, or you might uncover resources you'd forgotten about. Some Libras might be dealing with inheritances, joint finances, or other people's money during this transit. Hey Scorpio. Scorpio, this is your time. Mercury is entering your first house of identity, appearance, and how you present yourself to the world. This is one of the most powerful Mercury transits for you all year. Your mental energy is at its peak, and your natural ability to penetrate beneath surfaces is enhanced even further. Your mind is sharp, focused, and capable of extraordinary insight right now. Others will notice that you're communicating with even more intensity and depth than usual. This is an exceptional time for self reflection and understanding yourself at a deeper level. You might have realizations about your identity, your patterns, or your true motivations that are genuinely transformative. Journal, meditate, or engage in therapy if possible, because the insights available to you now are profound. Your communication style becomes more direct and powerful. You have less tolerance for superficiality or dishonesty, and you're able to speak your truth with courage and clarity. Others might find you intimidating during this period, but you're simply being authentic. This is also a great time to learn new skills, particularly those that align with Scorpio's interests: psychology, research, investigation, transformation, or anything involving depth and complexity. Your ability to concentrate and absorb complex information is exceptional. You might also be thinking deeply about your appearance or how you want to present yourself to the world. Some Scorpios will make significant changes to their image during this time, not for superficial reasons, but because they're aligning their outer appearance with their inner transformation. Be mindful of the tendency to be too intense in your communications. Not everyone can handle the level of depth and honesty that comes naturally to you right now. Gauge your audience and adjust accordingly. Hey Sagittarius. Sagittarius, a Mercury is moving through your 12th house of the subconscious, spirituality, dreams, and what's hidden. This is a deeply introspective and potentially mystical transit for you. Your mind is being pulled inward and toward the unseen realms. You might find yourself less interested in external communication and more focused on your inner dialogue, dreams, and subconscious patterns. This is an exceptional time for any kind of spiritual or psychological work. Meditation, therapy, dream analysis, or any practice that helps you access your subconscious mind will be particularly powerful now. You're able to uncover and understand hidden patterns, fears, or beliefs that have been influencing your life from beneath conscious awareness. The 12th house is also associated with secrets and hidden matters. You might be processing information that you need to keep private, or you could be working behind the scenes on important projects. This is not the time to broadcast your ideas to the world. Instead, do your research, your planning, and your internal work privately. Dreams become more vivid and meaningful during this transit. Pay attention to reoccurring symbols or themes in your dreams. Your subconscious mind is trying to communicate important information to you, and Mercury in Scorpio helps you decode these messages. You might also feel more empathic or psychically sensitive during this period. You're picking up on subtle energies or unspoken communications from others. Trust your intuition, but also make sure you're protecting your energy and not absorbing everyone else's emotional states. This can be a time when past issues or unfinished business resurfaces for resolution. Old conversations might be revisited, or you might finally understand something that confused you in the past. Hey Capricorn. Capricorn, Mercury is lighting up your 11th house of friendships, groups, networks, and future visions. This transit focuses your mental energy on your social connections and long term goals. Your approach to friendships becomes more selective and intentional during this period. You're not interested in superficial social connections right now. You want deep, meaningful friendships with people who can match your psychological depth and intensity. This is an excellent time to evaluate your social circle. Who truly supports your growth? Which friends are based on authentic connection versus habit or convenience? Mercury in Scorpio helps you see clearly who belongs in your inner circle and who doesn't. You might have important conversations with friends during this transit, discussing topics that are usually avoided in social settings. These deep talks can strengthen bonds and create greater intimacy within your friendships. The 11th house also governs groups and organizations. If you're involved in any groups, clubs, or communities, you might take on a leadership or spokesperson role during this time. Your ability to articulate the group's deeper purpose or to identify issues that need addressing is enhanced. This transit is also powerful for networking in strategic ways. You're able to identify which connections will be most valuable for your long term goals, and you're skilled at building alliances during this period. Your vision for the future becomes more focused and realistic. You're thinking deeply about your long term goals and whether they truly align with your authentic desires or if you're pursuing them for other reasons. This is a good time to refine your vision and create concrete plans. Technology and innovation might also interest you during this transit, particularly technologies that involve depth, transformation, or uncovering hidden information. Hey Aquarius. Aquarius, Mercury is transiting your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. This is a significant transit for your professional world, bringing important communications and insights related to your career path. Your mind is focused on your professional goals and how you're perceived in your career or public life. You're thinking strategically about your next moves, and you have exceptional ability to see the hidden dynamics in your workplace or industry right now. This is an excellent time for career planning, particularly if you're considering a major change or transformation in your professional life. Mercury in Scorpio helps you assess your career path with brutal honesty. Are you truly doing work that feels meaningful? Are you in the right field? Are your professional goals aligned with your authentic self? Communication with authority figures or regarding your career takes on greater significance. You might have important meetings with supervisors, receive job offers, or negotiate professional terms during this period. Your ability to advocate for yourself is strong, and you can clearly articulate your professional value. If you're in a leadership position, you'll be particularly effective at identifying problems in your organization and implementing strategic solutions. You're not afraid to address difficult issues that others might avoid. Your reputation is also highlighted during this transit. You might be more visible in your field, or you could be working strategically to enhance your professional reputation. This is a good time to share your expertise, particularly on topics that involve depth, research, or transformation. Be mindful of workplace politics during this period. Scorpio energy can sometimes manifest as power struggles or hidden agendas in professional settings. Stay ethical and focused on your authentic goals. Hey Pisces. Pisces, Mercury is entering your ninth house of higher learning, philosophy, travel, and expanded consciousness. This is one of the most inspiring Mercury transits for you, combining Scorpio's depth with the ninth house's quest for meaning. Your mind is expanding during this period, but not in a superficial way. You're drawn to philosophical and spiritual teachings that offer genuine transformation, not just interesting ideas. You want to understand the deeper meaning of life, death, and everything in between. This is an exceptional time for study, particularly subjects that involve mystery, psychology, transformation, or the hidden aspects of reality. You might be drawn to esoteric studies, depth psychology, shamanism, or any spiritual path that doesn't shy away from the shadow side of existence. If you're in school or pursuing any kind of formal education, your ability to understand complex subjects is enhanced. You're particularly good at research and can synthesize information from multiple sources into profound insights. Travel might be on your mind, but you're not interested in tourist experiences. You want to travel to places that have deep cultural or spiritual significance, where you can truly immerse yourself and be transformed by the experience. The ninth house also governs publishing and writing. If you have knowledge to share, this is a powerful time to write, teach, or communicate your insights to a wider audience. Your message will have depth and impact during this transit. Legal matters may also come into focus, and you could receive important information or communications related to any legal proceedings. Your intuition about these matters is particularly strong right now. This transit also encourages you to examine your belief system. What do you truly believe versus what you were taught to believe? Are your philosophical frameworks serving your growth, or are they limiting you? So there you have it, the complete breakdown of how Mercury and Scorpio will affect each zodiac sign starting October 6th, 2025. Remember, Mercury will remain in Scorpio for several weeks, giving you plenty of time to work with this energy. The key themes to remember are depth over superficiality, truth over politeness, investigation over assumption, and transformation over stagnation. This is a powerful time for important conversations, deep research, psychological insights, and uncovering hidden truths. Whatever your sign, Mercury in Scorpio is inviting you to go deeper, to be more authentic, and to communicate with courage and honesty. A few general tips for everyone during this transit. First, be mindful of the intensity you bring to conversations. Scorpio energy can sometimes come across as too intense or even aggressive, even when you're just being honest. Gauge your audience and deliver truth with compassion when possible. Second, trust your intuition. Mercury in Scorpio enhances your ability to read between the lines and sense what's not being said. If something feels off, it probably is. Third, this is an excellent time for any kind of research, investigation, or deep study. If you've been putting off tackling a complex subject, now is the time to dive in. Fourth, be willing to have difficult conversations. The issues you're avoiding won't resolve themselves. Mercury in Scorpio gives you the courage to address what needs to be addressed. And finally, protect your mental space. Scorpio energy can be draining, especially if you're processing deep emotions or dealing with heavy topics. Make sure you're taking time to rest, recharge, and not obsessing over things you can't control. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Cosmic Blueprints Astrology for more astrological insights. Drop a comment below and let me know your sign and what you're most excited or nervous about during this Mercury and Scorpio transit. Until next time, embrace the depth, speak your truth, and remember that transformation always requires us to be willing to look at what's hidden. Thank you so much for watching, beautiful souls, and I'll see you in the next video.